Hello, and thanks for taking the time to review the PS product demonstration of the ANSI A10 converter. And the ANSI A10 converter is an AutoStore process component that allows you to convert invoice data into a properly formatted ANSI A10 document. And from there, you can take that ANSI A10 document and use it to import information into a back-end invoice processing system. Now, to demonstrate that, what I have here is a pretty simple AutoStore workflow. We have auto capture to import documents. We have an ANSI 810, which is going to convert that document into a ANSI 810 formatted document. And then we have a send to folder component, which is going to route that document to a predefined folder on my desktop. And so in a production environment, what you would probably have is AutoStore. Instead of auto capture, you would have multi-poll or folder poll, which will watch a folder, then import any invoice files that get dropped into that folder, convert it with the ANSI 810 converter, and then use send to folder to send it to a UNC path or shared directory. So if we step a little bit into the configuration of the ANSI 810 converter component, you'll see that it's pretty standard and pretty simple. The first thing you'll see here is about 7 or 8 ANSI 810 fields, and for those of you who are familiar with ANSI 810, these fields should be pretty straightforward and pretty easy to understand. For those of you who are not familiar with ANSI 810 fields, you could always go to the help file to get a detailed description of each field and what metadata it represents. One of the things you'll notice, though, is that the UNC directory, which is the location on the scanned invoice, is a mandatory field. So that means if this field is not populated with a value, the ANSI 810 converter will reject the job at runtime. So going back to the configuration, you'll see here that I have a dummy value right now of a UNC directory named // server ANSI input. And then I have the rest of my fields blank because they're not really related to the demonstration, which I'm going to do right now. And then I have defined the output file name as the supplier ID plus the current time. Okay. So now that I have that configuration saved, I'm just going to exit and then switch over to my desktop where I have a sample invoice that I want to use to convert to ANSI 810 formatted document. Now you'll notice that the invoice is really simple and straightforward, and you'll also notice that it is semicolon delimited. Now this is configurable, and you could check the help file for information on how to set what the delimiter is for each individual field. But for now, for this demonstration, we're just going to use semicolon. So once I right click on this file on my desktop, I get a menu for auto capture, and then I get to select my ANSI 810 workflow, which I created previously. Now once I do that, it's going to take this document, capture it through auto capture, process it through the ANSI 810 converter and convert it, and then it's going to use the send to folder component to route it to a folder on my desktop. So now if I go to the folder, you'll see here that I have a new file named 181431.810. You'll notice that all of the ANSI 810 documents are appended with .810. Now if we look into this document, you'll see that it's somewhat hard to read, but this is essentially a properly formatted ANSI 810 document. And you could now use this document to import the invoice data into a invoice processing system that accepts ANSI 810 documents. Thank you for your time today. If you require further information on the PS customization you've seen today, you can download a copy of the PS catalog from the ANSI website. You may also contact your ANSI regional sales point of contact to request a quotation for PS products and services. Thank you.